Yo, yo, you hear me, boys? Still, we have a few minutes to go though. We are just getting everything ready on our side. Just waiting for all the guys to join and get everything sorted out, of course, too on my side, as I have to get everything sorted out for the stream itself. Nevertheless, guys, it should not be too long until we start, and of course, we'll be starting with a dice roll for the mission select. We will be doing so in 5 minutes, just for you to get to know and know what's going on, what's going to happen. So stay tuned and we'll be getting everything ready as we speak. Yo, yo, yo! We're almost ready. Just for all of you to know, get up in the loop. We are talking with both teams, and Rich, who is also part of the 51st organization team, and he's on top of everything, being sure that all the servers are up and running for tonight's match. Yo, Bitno, welcome, my friend. Happy to see you today with us. Today, as you all know, most of you know, I'm one of the streamers for SATAC 2021 tournament. That, of course, we are starting 2022. It has been very hectic for the organization team to get everything sorted out and ready for this tournament. We've helped them with the servers. Today, we are going to use SPQR server for today's match. Of course, I know that the other team, the other tournament, the other fight that is being played today. Wait. Oh, sorry. Oh gosh. Why is Spotify stopping at all? Sorry. For whatever reason. Oh, this is interesting. Discord does stop the transmission from the Spotify. That's interesting. That's something I didn't know. So, of course, as I was saying, 50 have been doing a lot of work to get everything sorted out and ready for this tournament. And lastly, we have started it all last week. And everything is sorted out with all the involved teams and everything. TMC are 1-0 up against GC. Of course, TMC against GC is a very good match to watch. And of course, if you didn't know, you can check both streams at once. Let me send you the link. There you go. There you go. So you have there the multi-stream link. There you can watch both streams at once. And then you don't have to miss anything at all. You can watch both streams. Of course, I'm hearing right now that both teams are everyone ready to start with the dice roll. And of course, my good friend did not well. I can only say thank you. And if you want something more from me, we can talk on private, my friend. Okay, both teams are confirming that they are ready for the dice roll, and we'll be going with it. So, guys, this is going to start with the most important part. Let us watch and see what's going to be happening. So first and foremost, as mentioned, just for you all to know what's going to happen right now, guys. First and foremost, we have 5 different maps. You have them on the screen right now. Kamimen, Razmat, Lavan, Fujairah, Raz, Liwa, Sochi Mosdok, and Tbilisi Sukumi. All of them have 3 different options regarding weather. This is a randomized map, randomized weather. No team has informed me that they have problems with any of the maps. Therefore, all the maps are in play, and that means that we will be seeing something very different to what we are using in other competitions. So, guys, without further ado, let's go with the dice roll. And of course, I'm going to do one first test of a dice roll for all of you to know how it works. Okay. So when I press the roll dice, you have on the left, you have the list of the results. You can check all of us today at the same time. I repeat, I'm going to do a first test roll for all of you to know how this works. Commencing test right now. Okay, and this will be result 12, and that will mean that we will have gone with Raz against Liwa with a clear late afternoon. Okay. So this, as mentioned, this was a test dice roll, and this is going to be the live dice roll for today's match between NZA against Leading Edge. So, guys, let us go with the dice roll for today's match. 1, 2, 3, go! Number 8. Oh, this is interesting. Give me a sec. Fujairah. Number 8, Lavan. I'm just informing the teams and the organizers. Overcast afternoon with rain. Oh, this is going to be intense. Guys, remember, we have The match is going to be Laban against Ujaira in an overcast afternoon with rain. That's going to be the match for today's. Oh gosh, that's going to be hard for sure. I'll try to get on top of everything and be sure that you get to watch everything. I'll try my hardest. It's going to be hard. More so when we have so many information going on in the clouds. Luckily, we have an allied for today's match. We'll be having one of the sponsors. One of the sponsors we have is TACview for this tournament. You will get to enjoy the lot ATC part afterwards, and that means that we will be having TACview Advanced in the servers working, and we'll be seeing live all the action in the lot ATC view. Sorry, in the TACview view. So first, let me get to the trailer, and we'll get to start today's fight. See you in a second, gents. Okay, just joining the server. Service has been restarted. Teams are joining. We are going to start the fight in just a moment. And of course, we couldn't make this happen, as mentioned, without the help of good friends of 51st and 100 Giap, who are the organizers of this tournament, SATAC 2021, with the help of both D3W and SPQR with the servers, as mentioned, and of course with all the most helpful of them all, the sponsor for today for this tournament, who are all the names you are used to hear with all the modules. Who are of course Rasban, Hitler, Eagle Dynamics, Low TTC, TACview, Magnitude 3. And I'm sure I'm missing someone else. There's so many sponsors that I love to see. Such an involvement from both, for all the good names, all the big names for this kind of tournaments. Okay, so now we have the NZA, which is going to start as red. Okay, and leading edge is going to be starting as blue. So now we have the most important part of the information solved. Okay guys, let me set up the cameras as we speak, and then we are going to start watching and getting sure to see what's going to be deployed on today's match. And of course, I have all the skins provided by the teams sorted out, looking good and dandy, so we are sure to enjoy them, not only performing at the best, but also looking at the best. Oh, this is getting a bit hard in my computer. Too many things at once. Okay, this is going to be interesting. This is the first time I've done any kind of match tournament, and this is an interesting weather setup for sure. This is going to be intense. Okay. Ooh, it's struggling a bit, my computer, with everything. But nevertheless, we are almost ready to start. Sorry guys, just getting everything set up and working. There. Okay, let's go finally with the view for today's match, shall we? Okay, now we have what we expected. Let's start with the LD leading edge team that we have them on the bottom camera. Let's watch who we have and what. So we have right now on the screen we have Winnie and Tignu on the M2000, which is a lovely selected decision for sure. And of course, let me see if I can find anyone else. It's going to be a bit hard, it seems. But let me first mention the teams and then I'll show you where they are. So we have Solta in an F16, Pilatus Pilot also in an F16, Mayman with a lovely heart at the end of his name with a JF17, and La Crepe with a 16, and Banana Mayo with an J11. As a reminder, guys, we are counting right now 7 guys. No worries, that means that only one of the guys will be disconnecting before the takeoff. They are just as a safeguard in case someone gets disconnected. Of course, let us go now. The guys on the NZA. We have all of them on camera right now. So the list for NZA are: on the 16th we have SATAC 32, Batman, and Vulcan. And for the 18th who we have on camera, we have Shax, Ragnar, and Wipeout. And yes, as mentioned, this is going to be an overcast map, and thus we are going to get a very thick environment, and it's going to be very hard for all the teams to really see themselves. Let me show you here on the other screen for a sec. So guys, this is what we have. Okay, so we have clouds at Angels 3. You can see on the bottom, Angels 3, starting from Angels 3. You have very thick layer of clouds up until Angels 11. Until there, up to Angels 18, we have a more or less clear area. But you know, guys, this is of course luckily for the teams, and I mean really luckily for the teams. This is a very flat map. They are going to be flying around. You can see this is the bullseye, this is the middle area. We will be flying around the seaside. Therefore, it's going to be relatively easy on the guys to be, and it should not be hard on them regarding clearance with the ground. Having so many clouds and being this kind of weather is going to be very tough on the teams. We'll see how it goes though. I'm very interested to see how this plays out. So of course we have right now leading edge. I'm going to showcase you. I'm going to also do a bit of showcasing of the leading edge skins, which are this is how it goes. So leading edge has sent me their skins. These are very lovely skins that we've seen today. They did send me last moment before the match. Of course, we only have a 16 skin, which is, I'm going to put it on full screen, shall we? So leading edge skin is a marvelous one. I think this is the first time I've seen something so dynamic and different to what we are used to see in any kind of competition. And of course, oh, here we have seen a mistake on the sail part. The name is on reverse. Maybe it's thought to be used when looking at the mirror. Oh no, we'll see. But of course, this is the part where it should be shown right now. Leading edge with the 16. Of course, I'm not going to miss the opportunity while we wait for the guys to get sorted out to also showcase. Oh yeah, I should do a reminder of all the roll sets, shall we? Because I haven't done that. Of course, we'll be doing a check on the weaponry later, okay? First, just to be on the very safe side, I want only to showcase all the weaponry later when we have the boys airborne. So we are 100% sure that there's no stream sniping involved and whatnot. I do trust the teams that involved today, should not be a problem, but nevertheless, I think it's a good call for us streamer to be a bit on the safe side and be sure that nothing can happen at all. So of course, they are not the only ones rocking a very nice skin. Today we have the NZA with this beautiful 18 skin that we are showcasing right now. Lovely skin for sure. NZA Raiders, and you can see on there. And let me watch for the 16 who we have already taxing over here. Let me see if I can catch up with the 16s. They're going to be a bit hard. Yeah, there we go. We have the lovely skin for the Raiders NZA who are going to be participating today. And of course, as you all know, both teams are taxing right now and are getting ready for today's match. Let me do a little overview as we are speaking regarding how it's going to be working out and how this all is going to be played out, okay? So first and foremost, you can see that we have NZA taking off from the western part of the map and Leading Edge taking off from the eastern part of the match, and they'll be facing themselves around the bullseye. This rule set is very similar to the old tournaments, as in both teams have to enter the bubble. But let me show you in a sec. Let me show you in the F10 map. It's going to be better if I do so. I think I can do this. Let me check. Like this. So we have right now the bullseye, the area. You can see that is very big. That means that the bullseye, the bubble, sorry, is from this island towards around this area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. Okay. So from 5 lines in, okay, this is going to be the combat area, and this is where we are going to see all the fight. Once the team gets inside, is the best. It's just you have to get in, survive, and be sure not to be killed. And once you are there alive, everything working up, then you can land on the. Oh, it was RTB. It was going back to your own base. So guys, that means that first you have to get in, take off, get into the bullseye, fight the other guys, and of course, on the other side, of course, NZA get to the area of the bullseye and kill LD, and the one who kills the enemy wins, and then you have to land on your airbase. As mentioned by Coxie right now, this tournament will also have this very different thing. Not only the random set of maps and weather, but also that the ECM is allowed. I repeat, ECM is allowed, except for the 14. That's all. The rest of the aircraft do have they are allowed to use the ACM. So that's something we'll get to see, and it's going to be that's something I'm very interested to see if it really makes any kind of difference. You know, guys. I'm very interested to know, because that's something we haven't seen before in other tournaments, and I know it's going to be an interesting thing to watch and see how it pays out. But we'll get to see that in just a few moments. Both teams are getting ready. One of them is getting very wet for what we can see on screen. Let me put them on screen so you can get to watch then as we are getting all of them ready, shall we? So of course we have on Lavan Island, we have our good friends from NC8 or team from oh sorry, my mind. From New Zealand. Let me get the information because I forgot. Okay, here I have my notes. What we get for the team to get ready. Sorry, with the scene. When you are call ready when you are. Sorry for the screen movement, gents. I have to write on chat. Okay, we are going for the countdown. Countdown on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Round 1 is alive, gents. It's lovely to see a rainy fight for sure. And don't you like this, guys? It's lovely. So NCA taking off. I think I have some problem with sound. Let me double check. Okay, this is okay. This is okay. Okay, I was not 100% sure everything was working out perfectly, but it is. It is. So now we have NZA have almost for the. Let me. Okay, my mind is a bit foggy today. 3 of the NZA are up in the air. We are waiting for the remaining 3. Leading edge of the guys included the Mirages, which is a lovely, lovely thing to see in these kind of fights. It's not something common to see, and of course, you gotta love a good Mirage. And you guys. But let me use this opportunity while we wait for all the teams to get up and running in the air. Oops, it should not be showing like this. Why it is? Huh. Let me do the other way around. Okay, these are my notes. Sorry. Oh gosh. So, while we wait for the teams to get up in the air and running, let me talk a bit about both teams. So first, we have our friends from New Zealand, who are NZA, who are a division of the main squadron. The main squadron is known as DCS NZA, which stands for New Zealand and Australia. They were formed to make the competitive squadron known as the Raiders. DCS NZA has been around for only 3 or 4 years now, and the competitive teams has only formed from the notice of SATAC competition. They've ever only managed to fly in SATAC, up now competing in Silver 4 against 4, and they have an outstanding team who share the responsibilities and decision making equally. Typically, the Aussie boys do it tough too by having to fly matches as early as 7 AM. And guys, I'm serious. I was talking with Status 32, who is responsible for the team, and it was 7 AM for him when we were talking. Like, wow, that's a heavy commitment for this, really. And of course, they start from 7 AM to 9 AM. That's the time for them to start usually the fights, which is amazing. And they are enjoying the competition environment and how to be around for some years to come, regardless of the outcomes. And this is a mention that they have a support symbols which are the goat horns of rock. I'm sure some of you guys will have the opportunity to tell me a bit more about this, because that's something I haven't seen before. I'm very curious to know. Oh, this is not working. Okay. And of course, let me go now with Leading Edge, who we also have a beautiful skins, as we might see for the 16. Leading Edge is the general team. This general team had been formed around a year and a half ago for TAC 21, that being their first competition for them. But most of their pilots have flown in SATAC 2020 as Wind Reapers. But other than that, this is the second tournament, if I recall correctly, that they've been together, the team together for tournaments. They've come to learn and get a hint of what the competition means. Okay, that's from SATAC 2021. Sorry, TAC 21. I know that they know better right now. They are a very good team, by the way. They know what they are doing. Of course, they had TAC 21 as a good learning experience, and they decided to continue this year with SATAC, and they hope to have learned enough to be competitive this year. Of course, guys, beautiful work skins made by Leading Edge for the 16, as you can see. So of course, let us use this opportunity to showcase a bit of what's going to be happening, shall we? So, we see that both teams are still far away. We have, let me go with NZA right now. We have, let me try to do something a bit fancy, shall I? Let me see if I can make this happen. This might work. This might work. So, if I'll do like this, it's going to be working. Okay, we have Wipeout being the first of the group, leading with the 18. Shax following Wipeout right now, information. You have to really enjoy the beautiful clouds that we are having for today. Really, really amazing thing. And he's being trailed right now. Let me jump to Ragnar. Ragnar with another 7-18 right now. Also, Status to the right. Okay, and teams are just entering the battle, by the way, just for you to know. And Bill, and closing up, we have Batman and Vulcan from NZA for team from New Zealand. Let me see if I can do a fast run up and showcase you a good friends from leading edge. We still have a bit of time to get into the fight. We have Lacrep leading the formation right now, popping some flares to be sure that the rest of it just checking. You can see that sorry, this is Pilatus Pilot. Sorry, Pilatus Pilot checking that his flares and chaff are working right now. You can see, you can saw. And F2 Lacrep leading the flight right now. Lacrep being on top, in front of everything we are seeing right now. On the right side of the formation, sorry, left side of the formation, right to the camera, we have Soltar. And of course, closing the formation, we have this Maman on the 17 right now. Yes, looking with the Pakistani skin. And the most amazing thing for today is that we are going to enjoy 2 Mirages, which is something not so oftenly seen in any kind of tournament. We have Winnie and Tigro right now down to the deck, trying to camouflage themselves the ground. So guys, let me get everything ready so we can get to watch. I want this, the other. No, this is going to be perfect. Yeah, sorry, I was mixing both audios. I have a bit of a different configuration than usual, so bear with me as you think that some things I don't do it perfectly with the camera work. Nevertheless, this is having time view for the fight is an amazing thing for sure. You can see that now we have more camera angles to see and watch and enjoy. Okay, so now we are ready with Batman on the left screen. We can see that our good friends from New Zealand are starting to go for a preventive notch. Both Wipeout and Shax are going for a defensive notch on the front area, and being followed by Ragnar and Status are still hot, being sure that they are pushing in into the combat area. They are being followed, as we saw, by Batman and Vulcan. So far, this is nothing to be surprised. Of course, the most interesting information for me is leading edge. As you can see, leading edge has decided to go with a very, very different approach to what we are used. Having, let me do like this, going to be a bit better. No, this is better, okay. I mean, a very different approach entirely. Having the 2 Mirage who we have on camera right now up to the bottom, so they are not seen by the enemy radars whatsoever. That's what they are aiming for and trying for sure. And of course, we have the rest of the formation. Soltar, sorry, I wanted to do like this. Soltar, Lacrep, Mayman, and Pilatus spread out to be sure that no enemy from New Zealand team comes in and gets them by surprise. Okay guys, so give me a moment and let us check and get this camera view, because we can see that the leading edge is starting to get into the bullseye and they are getting to the superiority of the area. As a reminder, guys, we have 5 lines for the bullseye. That means that until this area, okay, this whole area is the combat flight, and thus it's going to be very hard for leading edge to push out of the fight for our good friends from New Zealand. We have the first missiles out. Lacrep sending a 120 up there. Let me do this for a sec, because we are seeing right now the Mirage 2000s climbing like a madman. So they are going to enter the fray sooner than I expected, and of course the camera angles is going to be very hard. So Madman sending missiles with the SD-10s. They have to send the missiles, so... sorry... Okay. So we are seeing that the old friends from... I wanted to do the other way around, though. No. Give me a sec. Too many things going at once. I'm managing 3 entire cameras, and that's a bit too much for me, myself. Okay. Now we are talking. So now we have the red camera. We have the red camera Ragnar defending 120 sent down to his way. It's going to be a very close one. Ragnar, you have to defend, mate. And that's a kill. We have the first casualty of the match right now. Of course, that's not all. We have missiles going left and right. Okay, Wipeout is also dead. We have 2 casualties from New Zealand team. Okay, this is going to be harder than I expected to do everything. So now we have less teams. We have from NZA. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4 guys. We have 2 casualties. Right now, Leading Edge doesn't have any kind of casualty whatsoever. They are still going up and hot there. Right now we have Soltar on the southern area, he's being isolated entirely, and he's being, being pushed by Batman and Status right now. But of course, Lacrep is sending missiles downrange. 120 missiles, 120 towards Batman, being sure that they are not unpunished for trying to get his friendly killed. But that's not all. We have Tigru. Tigru might get killed. Okay, that's a kill. That's a first kill for an NCA. We almost missed that on camera. So we have one of the Mirage 2000 going down hot. It's been splashed by one of the 120s. Now we have on camera, I have Shax. Okay, now I understand how I want to make this happen. So we have Vulcan on the right camera. Right now trying to... Vulcan here. Defending the first one sent by Winnie right now. He's going out cold, trying to be sure that he's not in the area. But of course that's not the only thing happening. We can see that Status is defending this 120, and we have an exchange of missiles here between Soltar and Batman. Let me fix this one up here. That's a 50 miles out range fight. You can see missiles are being exchanged. More Fox 3 is coming downrange. It is going to be hard to track. Let me do one thing, because we have the southern area. That's what we have from camera right now. We have 2 groups entirely, as you can see. Let me do it like this. You have 2 entire different groups. One, the southern area is being between Status, Batman, Lacrep, and Soltar, which are exchanging missiles downrange. And here we have Winnie, who is pushing right now towards Shax, Vulcan, and it's being followed by Maman and Pilatus. So we have 2 entire different sets of combat here. And I'm going to try to get a hold of everything. It's going to be a bit harder than usual, so bear with me, guys. So if I do this... So now we have the top camera, we have the southern... Let me do it the other way around, maybe. Yes, better here. Okay. So we have on the bottom camera, we have the fight over... No, I'm doing it entirely wrong, sorry. Like this. So in the bottom camera, we have the fight on the southern side, where we have, as mentioned, Lacrep, Soltar against Status and Batman. So far, nothing new there. They are holding off, but we have on the northern area, have Winnie sending out the remaining Fox 1 missile towards Vulcan, who is going to try to defend that missile. So let us ride with okay, things are more or less stable. Okay, we have missiles on the southern area. Lacrep is going to, and Batman facing them each other. Let us ride with sorry, the other way around. Wow, this is too many things at once. So we have on camera right now Lacrep trying to defend the missile. He might get killed. He's trying to run a 120 sent his way, but so far that's going to be defended. Okay, we have a kill on the other side, so that the Mirage 2000 has been killed right now, and Lacrep is going to very, very closely defend that missile, and that's going to be coming back to the fight. Okay, let me... Oh, this is going to be hard, for reals. For reals, it's going to be hard to manage everything. I finally found my limit, that's 3 cameras at once. Okay, so... top center. Okay, perfect. Okay, this is interesting. So we have on the southern area, we have Soltar quite isolated entirely. So Soltar is 60 miles out from La Crêpe, and La Crêpe is 12 miles out from Batman, and that means that the southern area has mostly been decided. We have the most interesting part right now to watch is the here. Is the northern area. Let me try and get some camera angles there, because we have missiles coming downrange from everywhere. You can see that Vulcan right now is defending a 120 coming his way. We have Vulcan on camera right now defending hard as he can, but of course most okay like this. But we have Batman coming in hot from the left flank, being sure to take into the Maman side. We can see what that. There we go. We have on camera Batman trying to push hard into Maman, but of course it's going to be hard. But Shax is going to be trying to kill Mayman right now, who we have right. We have him on camera right now. Fox 2 from Shax towards Maman, and that's going to be a kill. And of course, that's not the only kill we have. Batman also has been killed right now. We have Batman coming down hot, and he's being shot down by Pilatus, if I recall correctly. So now the situation is quite interesting. We have on the northern side, we have Vulcan isolated from the fight. Shax being in a merge with the rest of the guys. What we have on the left camera right now. Jack is being followed by Pilatus pilot, and La Crêpe and Soltar are coming in hot to help Pilatus. Of course, right now we have Vulcan up in the air alone, and he has to really make things work if he wants to help his friendly and make sure that he's surviving. So we have Vulcan popping up some flares. He's going to be facing La Crêpe. La Crêpe coming in hot. Okay, we've missed some kills, sorry guys. We missed Shax, who has been shot down by Pilatus on the other side. But Vulcan right now is going to attack La Crêpe. Okay guys, that's a Fox 3 from Vulcan towards La Crêpe. Fox 2, sorry, Fox 2. And La Crêpe is dead. I repeat, La Crêpe is dead. You have one more casualty. Now we have... Oh! Wait, we have one more casualty from the LD side. So now we have a 2-on-1 situation, guys. I repeat, 2-on-1 situation. Let me get Soltar on the right on this camera. Not this one, this camera. So we have Soltar right now facing Vulcan, and takes the hill. Vulcan is still going hot, and we have right now and one. Okay, that's oh, I was watching the other camera, and Pilatus have managed to take the kill. Oh, Pilatus, you've saved the day, mate. You've really saved the day. Oh freaking gosh, it's hard to track everything out with the 3 cameras. Oh freaking gosh. Scalex sí me va a petar la cabeza, tío, pero luego mola un montón lo que estamos viendo, como podéis ver. Mola mucho. Of course, thank you for the follow, Shaman GG. Now we have on camera. Shaman, welcome my friend. And now we have Pelus Pilot being sure that the no Fox 2 drags him out of the fight. And as mentioned, now we are going to see Pelus Pilot going RTB and declaring the victory for this round 1 for leading edge. So of course, this has been very intense fight. I mean, it has been hard for me to really understand everything that has been going on. But let me try and do a brief recap, shall we, guys? But we have our good friend going back home. Okay, so this was the starting viewpoint. Perfect. So we have living. I think I should do that like this, maybe. Like this. No. Okay, I need to do a bit of change for my camera angles. Definitely. Definitely, I need to do some camera change. Okay, nevertheless, this will work. This is going to work. Okay, so let me do a bit of recap as we watch our good friend Pilatus Pilot coming up home. First time, we'll get used here. For sure, for sure I will get used to. So Pilatus Pilot, who has, let's do a bit of recap. We've seen a very interesting tactic deployed by Leading Edge, who we had coming here with a 4 airplane line very, very high. Of course, the 2 Mirage coming down very, very low, getting into the bullseye area, and afterwards committing to the fight. Let me do this. No, sorry, not this. This. Okay. I think this will be better, maybe. Yeah, more or less. Okay, so of course we saw the group from LD coming with a full air-shaped line on top, in front, being very, very high, and the 2 Mirage 2000 in the ground, committing to the bullseye, and who we saw afterwards climbing and facing our friends from New Zealand and Australia, who came up, and really we didn't see any really specific deployment. All of them were more or less very, very high, establishing a line, and then we saw first going into our left flank for the first 2 18s, and afterwards we saw all of them committing. The interesting part that I want to really get to understand later when we watch the tag views is what did happen, because we saw afterwards that the fight divided in 2 different areas entirely. One for the northern area, where we had the, I think, if I recall correctly, was 3 on 2, if I recall correctly. At the southern area, where we had a 2 on 2 situation. And of course, I want to check afterwards what had happened. And of course, most interesting of it all is to really know how much has this environment, having so many clouds, has affected both teams, because that's going to be a very interesting thing. A very, very interesting thing to really ask the teams and understand how much has it affected them. Oh, what an interesting first round for reals. And of course, as mentioned, as always, we have to wait for our good friends to get to land on their own. Not this one. This one, okay. For them to land on the airbase, Pilatus is still. Let me do like this. It's not okay, because I have to do this and this and this. Okay. So we have Pilatus still 80 miles out from home. Of course, this is going to be a long way home. But nevertheless, victory flares are to be deployed. So guys, I know that this is not the only fight that we have today going on. Please do check do use this link if you want to have both streams at once. We have Kebab covering the match between TMC and I always forget, Golden Crown. So be sure to give him some love too. Not only be here, but be sure to watch both streams if you so wish and can. But guys, of course, as mentioned, this is only round 1, and we haven't seen any jammers whatsoever from the 16s, which is an interesting choice. As a reminder, remember that this tournament ECMs are allowed, and both teams can deploy them if they so wish. But of course, having an ECM deployed, more so in the 18s as a trait, if you want to deploy the ECMs in the Euro 18, that means that you have to give up your your radar, because once you get hard lock, that means that your radar is going to stop and get all the energy into the ECM to be sure to drop any kind of radar lock that you get. Of course, that's a great thing to have when you are going to be defending missiles left and right, but then you cannot send any kind of Fox 3 in a full ball. You have to count on the Fox 2s to be sure to connect. And round runner, this is not over. This is only round 1. And remember, this is a best of 3 scenario, and thus this is only the start of the fight. And what better to have to watch while we get back into the combat area, nothing better to watch than a very, very beautiful skin by Leading Edge. Well, send them my way for today's match. So, no, sorry, like this. Oh gosh, I really have to make some changes to get everything sorted out. So we have this beautiful skin from Leading Edge, while we wait for them to get into home base. So Piato's pilots still have a bit of way to go. So of course, guys, I want to know, what were you expecting for this first round? Did you expect our good friends from New Zealand being able to come on top? Or were you expecting our good friends from France, Leading Edge, to come on top of on this first round? LKL59 says, let's go Leading Edge. Let's go Leading Edge. I was going to talk some French. Mais je peux parler TP français, mais ne parler pas français. Je peux comprendre un peu d'eau. That's all I can talk French. That's all my French. Okay, but match has finished. Oh gosh, can you tell me the results to your mates? Because I'm very interested to see and know how has it gone down. I want to know who has won the other match. Has it been Team TMC or has it been Golden Crown? Because I know both teams. I know that TMC is a very, very good team. They've been improving very, very for leaps and bounds for the last parts. For these few months later, this last month, because we've been training against them as GW for a few times during the SATAC tournament, and I've seen them improve by the week, like really improve by the week, and I'm very interested to know if they won or not. Golden Crown, I know that they have been having a rough year because they did have to separate. Initially they were a big team and they have a bit of rough moments, and they have divided into 2 teams. If I recall correctly, it was A, B, C, D, H. I don't remember my vocals, come on. Nevertheless, they divided Golden Crown being an Iranian team. I know they got divided into 2 teams. Something happened there, and well, I don't know if they are up to being so strong as they were before. As GCW, we did face them. They are very good. They were a very good team. Right now, I don't really know for sure, and that's something I wanted to really know, because I think we'll be facing them later on, and it's always good to know the state of the opposing teams. But of course, that's for all the part. For what it entails for us, this is good. This is week 2 of SATAC 2021. Of course, we've seen last week, we have very, very good, interesting matches. We have a very packed first week of fights. This weekend is not going to be any different whatsoever. Having 1 fight yesterday, having 2 fights today. You already have mentioned that TMC has won 2-0 to Golden Crown. So guys, congratulations for good friends from TMC. For Kingston and his guys, they're a bunch of good friends of mine, and I really love them. They are very, very good friends of mine. and happy for the victory. And I know that Golden Crown are a very good team, and that's a fight that I want to watch after this one and really understand what's going on there. But of course, we've seen a very good fight today between Leading Edge and New Zealand, and also our good friends from New Zealand and Australia. You go, Jumbo, don't make me pronounce that, because I cannot. E is for the letter E in Espanol, in Spanish. E. I always no I. That's it. IEF. That's it. Come on, I forget my English vocals. Breakshot, welcome my friend, and happy to have you on board. And thank you for hosting today's fight. We have right now Pilatus Pilot, just 20 miles out from the home base, and we will be seeing him landing in a few moments, guys. But really, I am very surprised of what our good friends from New Zealand and Australia have done. That we mentioned before, they are quite a new team. They are not so used to the competitive scene, and thus I expected them to perform worse than they've done. But Leading Edge being a somewhat newer team, but comprised of very experienced pilot. I mean, they are tough cookies to face against, and NZA have really put a very good fight. I'm very interested to ask our good friends from Leading Edge why deploy the two Mirages. I mean, I love the Mirage. I fly it when I do PvE in our public servers, for D2W public servers. But of course, in a competitive scene, being able to only carry 2 heaters and 2 Fox 1s puts you in a somewhat disadvantage, and that's not something I would have decided to go with for a competitive scene, and that's something I want to know. And we'll be asking them in the interview if they wish and if they allow us to do an interview, depending how late we finish. And we'll see. Possibly, I'd love to get to know. So the last man standing is Pilatus. Is this the end of the match? No, this is not the end of the match. This is only the end of round 1. So of course, this is the best of 3. Best of 3. This is the best of 3 case, where one of the teams has to win 2 rounds to pass to declare a victory for this match. Sorry. Of course, we are now flying in the top camera with Pilatus Pilot as we watch him across all the cloud coverage that we have on today's match. Oh, they are on interview. That's perfect. Perfect. I gotta love a good interview, as per usual. You know that I love my interviews, guys. I think it's the best opportunity for the teams for you viewers to get to know the teams. Because they're not only digital airplanes, they are people flying, in the other side of the screen, and that's something you gotta really love and appreciate. Of course, we have Pilatus going in for the bank. He's going to be preparing the landing, as we can see. So far, since he has got his bearings ready to land on runway, let me check runway 11. From Fujairah International. So of course, let me get the camera ready for his landing, shall we? So I think that Pilatus Pilot really has a lot of fuel, and because he's not shying away of doing a very long approach to secure a landing. Because guys, I think you don't. Let me show you how hard it's seen right now. This is what he sees, okay guys? There is almost nothing to view here. It's very hard to land in this weather. And of course, being the last man standing means that he really have to nail the landing. He cannot overshoot, he cannot have himself kill, or this round 1 will be a draw. So be sure, Pilatus Pilot, police mate, this is yours to take, but you have to be sure to land safe in the runway. For your teammate, this is your time to shine. So Pilatus pilot coming into the final approach, runway 04 for Fujairah International, and once he's down, wheels down and in control, will be declaring the victory for leading edge on round 1. And of course, we will be having a good chance from 51st, in this case Rich, who is on top of everything and is managing the servers for the competition. He will be making sure that the server is going to be restarted and ready for next round. Of course, we cannot see that on camera, I'm afraid. But Pilatus pilot is now on the ground and in control of the airplane, and thus starting to show on the horizon. And this is going to be declaring the victory for this first round of leading edge. So congratulations, gents. We will be going for a brief pause until we get the servers restarted and ready for the next round. And we have been before that. You are asking, they have ILS. Fujairah does have ILS, but in the other runway, not on runway 11. And thus we did land without any kind of help. So guys, let us go for a brief pause, and we will be restarting the servers. So stay tuned. We'll be back in a sec. Of course, let us watch the beautiful trailer provided by the organizers 51st and 100 Kiap while we wait for this round 2 to start. Okay, that's not correct. There we go. So guys, we are on SATAC 21. That is correct. And we now, okay, I wanted this the other way around. That is. So we have on the left camera, we have our good friends from New Zealand and Australia, who are fighting right now, just as before even having breakfast for many of us. It's like between 7 and 9 a.m. there. So it's like, come on, first thing you do on Sunday morning, you are going to fight our good friends from France, who are in the EU, in the European timeline, and right now here in Spain, yes, here in Europe and Spain in my case is 10 p.m. So we are two teams fighting on different days all together, interestingly. So we have very good friends from Living Edge on the right camera, who have declared themselves the victors of round 1, just getting ready and everything sorted out for continuing the fight. Will our friends from New Zealand come with a clutch and win this round 2 of this fight, and we'll be seeing a round 3? Or will Living Edge with their two Mirachis 2000 that are starting to taxi right now declare themselves victors of today's fight? And really having the clouds and having it rain is making my computer run a bit harder, but nevertheless it's a beautiful, beautiful scenery to enjoy for this kind of fight. For reals, it is a very good scenery. Okay. Let me, of course, as before, let me do a before jiggery pokering the other way around. No, this works. No, this is not work. Doesn't work for me. Oh gosh. Okay, so too many cameras right now. Okay, let me talk with the teams. Okay, just checking with the teams that they are getting everything sorted out and ready. So now we are having so now we have teams that you can see on the right camera. We have the opposing side. Okay, now Living Edge is going to be starting as red. They are going to be starting from Lavan Island this time. And now we have the okay here. It's not working. Come on, tap you. Don't fail on me. Oh, it's working. Sorry. Because I was missing the line, but it's working. And now we're having good friends from New Zealand and Australia taking off from Fujairah International, who we are starting to see taxiing around. Of course, as before, both teams have to travel towards the bullseye, to the bullseye area, and they are going to have a fight here that is around. Let me show you. It's going to be easier. That the fight is around this diameter. Okay, is the area of the fight is around this line. Both teams will be getting inside the combat area and being sure to win against the other team. Oh, so many good friends coming. Thermos 999, Mig Tango 04, and Black Spark 23. Welcome on board, my friends. You are just on the nick of time to start enjoying the round 2 of today's fight. And we have the 3 remaining aircrafts from the team from New Zealand and Australia starting to taxi. And we are just waiting for the last member of the Living Edge team to start taxiing. And we are having... No, sorry, that's just the protection for disconnects. So we have already the team from Living Edge ready on runway and waiting for the takeoff. As we watch the last 2 remaining aircrafts from those Aussie pilots, New Zealand and Australia pilots, they are starting to taxi and getting ready. So of course, let me go for a sec here while I... Whoop. Okay, now. Of course, this is harder than I expected, managing the 3 different cameras, because right now I have on one screen I have one instance of DCS with our good friends from New Zealand and Australia. On the other camera I have our good friends from France, Leading Edge. And on the other screen I have the Lot ATC. And in the other screen I have the stream itself. So it's quite a lot of cameras. Oh freaking gosh, I finally found my limit. But that's a limit I'll have to get on top of it to be sure that we can all enjoy and keep on really enjoying these kind of tournaments and fights. So both teams are almost ready. So let me put them on the screens. This camera is lined up. And this camera's line up, okay. There we go. So left camera we have NZA right now with the same formation. Remember guys, yes, Mid Tango, you have just the little time to be carrying some beers and popcorn. Of course I have opened myself a beer while I was waiting for the teams to join. Of course, being a Spaniard and being from southern Spain, there is nothing better to have than an Alhambra 1925 to enjoy this amazing fight of today. Yo, Kebab, my friend, coming in with the rate with 57 participants. Come on, guys, welcome on board, my friends. It's lovely having you being here with us, and you are just coming on the nick of time. You are perfectly timed, because we are going to be starting round 2 of this fight between NZA and Leading Edge. Dr. Winston, O Boogie, Bigger Monza, Kebab, Warwolf, One Task. So many good names to have on board today. And Boop 2002 coming with the rate emote. Yo guys, yeah, just on the nick of time. Welcome. Let me check with the NCA if they are ready or not. Because they are ready, we are going to be starting right now. Yes, perfect. Okay, they are ready. Countdown is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go! Round 2 is alive, gents. There we go, our good friends from the first 2 clubs for Leading Edge are starting to roll the 216s. And now we have also on the New Zealand side, we have the 218s starting to go fast on the runway, taking off. It's very interesting to me, and this is something I really want to know, the decision behind having 2 Mirage 2000s for this kind of tournament, where you can carry 4 3 missiles. It's very interesting decision. I want to see if Leading Edge is going to be coming with the same formation as before, where we saw that the 4 guys on the Leading Edge were high on the flying very high, very fast, and the 2 Mirage 2000 down to the ground, trying to not be seen by the enemy radar whatsoever. Daji DCS, Pap 2000, welcome my friends, and thank you for the follows. And now we have on the NCA side, we have the 2 remaining 18s starting to go fast over the runway, being sure that they are rolling. Of course, that's not all. Let us go with the tag view. If I can make this all correct. Yep, that's it. Okay, so now we have, let me get all sorted out. Managing through cameras is a bit too much, but this is a lovely thing to do. So we all can have the best experience all together. So you can see the beautiful scenery that we have today for today's fight. Now we are riding with Wipeout on the left camera as we wait for both teams to get into the fight. And of course, let me get the other camera on the beautiful 16s by Leading Edge. Yeah, as you well said, Mirage coming with the magic kill. I gotta love that part, mate. Yeah, Mirage is a very interesting decision for sure. So guys, let us check, because for all of you guys who have just come, let me do a bit of, once again, a bit of overview of the skins. We can see that the skin with left camera have a beautiful skin for the 18 of the NZA. And the right camera we have one of the most amazing skins I've seen so far. For Leading Edge, we are coming with a very, very different style of skin, and you gotta love them for sure. And of course, that's not all, guys. Let me go with... No, the other way. Okay, this is wrong side for me. Okay. And it's not sounding though. Wait, there is something very wrong with this. Okay, wait, yeah. Now I understand, sorry. Because La Crêpe is right now Mach 1, and that's why the engine was not sounding. I was confused as in what's going on right here, right now. Disney Patrol guys with Mirage, friend pilots ever, the best. Disney Patrol, come on, I have never respected that one. Nevertheless, let us watch the information from Leading Edge. We have right now, let me try and see if I can do exactly the same as before, because I think it was an interesting one to watch. I do like this, perfect. For Leading Edge, we have right now La Crêpe on front, being followed by Soltar. And just coming in hot, both Mach 1 coming into the Bolsa into the combat area, being followed by Maman with the another GF17. Let me get him on camera. Maman coming with the 17 here, being followed by Pilatus here. Pilatus here, perfect. The man who has saved round 1 for Leading Edge, for sure. Of course, that's not all. Now we have the two Mirage 2000. This time they are flying very, very high, way higher than before. This time it seems that they have decided to not go down to the ground and trying to amaze us with a nice formation between Winnie and Tigru. Yeah, they are going supersonic, baby. Of course, that's not all. Let us ride with our good friends from NZA. Let me get them on camera correctly. There we go. No, there we are. I wanted to do the other way around. Sorry, and I'm a bit nitpicky with what I want to do. I wanted to make it right. So we have on camera. No, sorry. This is not working. There it is. It's struggling a bit, my cameras for today. So we have Wipeout right now on camera, and this is with this configuration. That this is standard configuration for this tournament, having the 4 Fox 3s. As you all know, guys, there is a limit of 4 Fox 3s for these kind of fights. No limit for Fox 2s except for the ERs, which are carried by the Su-27s, which are very, very scary missiles. More so with this kind of environment where you have clouds and you cannot see them. So, of course, we also have Wipeout, who we have on camera, being followed by Shax. Right now, just being trailed by Shax, as we are seeing right now. Just going to the south, you see that we are having to see four guys going to the left from NCA side. And then 2 guys fly from the other side. Ragnar, we have him going into the back area of the group. A Vulcan with the 16 going Mach 1-2, trying to be sure that he can outrun the missiles and be sure that he can take down any enemy aircraft who dares to join the fight from Leading Edge side. Status going very high, very fast, Mach 1.1, and we can see burning fuel, being sure that he's preparing for the missile launches that he's going to be performing, pretty sure for sure. And we now have on camera Batman. Goes in the formation from Leading Edge. Okay guys, so now I want to go a bit with the entire TAC review, because I want to really see what's going to be happening here. So you can see that Leading Edge had decided to go, having the 4 guys training to the right. And by the way, these all fights do have AWACS. I repeat, do have AWACS. Doing the the last part of the tournament, the tournament part, and this is a group stage. We will be seeing GCIs being used with lot ATC, and thus no AWAC whatsoever. You will have to coordinate all the fight by voice. But interestingly, they decided to isolate. Leading Edge had decided to isolate Winnie and Tigru on the northern area, and they are going to be facing Batman and Status. This is going to be interesting for sure. No, this one. But we can see that the 2000s are flying without any kind of worry whatsoever right now. Everything is looking good and dandy for them. But I do think that it's going to be hard for them to face the likes of NZA on the northern area. But we can see that NZA has decided to go with a more standard configuration of, let me put it this way, better like this. Okay, because Batman is going Mach 1 right now, that's why we are not hearing anything at all. So NCA had decided to go with a very different configuration, more standard one, having Vulcan and Ragnar on the center area, Status and Batman going to the northern area, and Wipeout and Shax going into the southern area. So that means, as we were mentioning, that Tigru and Winnie are going to be facing both Batman and Status here, and Vulcan and Ragnar are free to pivot between the fights on the left side or the right side. That's going something that we will have to see how it's going to be playing out. I'm very interested to see, because Leading Edge, and we can see here, they are committing hard to the right flank, to the right flank, having all the missiles, all the airplanes coming in hot, being sure that they are flying very, very, very fast. You can see we have right now no sound from Soltar because he's going Mach 1.3. That's huge. He's going very, very fast. He's burning lots of fuel, and I do expect him to be launching an Angels and 30 miles out missile, trying to kill, to do an early kill for his friends. But we'll see. He's preparing. He's starting to climb, and we see a Fox 3 from La Crepe. And this is going to be a Fox 3. That's it, the Fox 3 from Soltar. So we have a 30 miles out Fox 3 from the side of Leading Edge. But that's not all. Shaq is also sending a long-range missile. We can see that they are starting to defend. Let me ride with Wipeout also sending a 120 missile downrange from very, very far away. This is going to be interesting. Of course, these missiles are low PK ones, but of course, if they do connect, they are very scary ones to have. Let me do like this better. So you can see right now we have on camera Wipeout, who is going fast trying to defend those incoming missiles. He's been alerted right now that the missiles are incoming. We see him going down from the clouds. Almost we cannot see him right now as he's going down to the ground, burning fuel to defend. Of course, that's not all. We are missing the entire situation in the northern area, where we have our first casualty. Oh gosh, so of course we usually say that one goes to the squirrels when we get down into the ground. In this case, we've seen him going for the fish. Nevertheless, that's the first casualty for NZA side. Now we have a better. So now we have from Leading Edge, we have a very good situation here, where they are two guys very free on the northern side, on the center area. The two Mirages, who we have both of them on camera, they are just making NCA with missiles, and we can see they're just being sure not to be taken down, just around the missiles. And the Status is going to try to get to them, but it's going to be very, very hard for him. But of course, we have a more interesting situation here between Shax and La Crepe. So the situation is going to be evolving here in the southern area. Of course, we have seen Pilatus. We don't see him on camera. Pilatus is going to be going to the north trying to support the two Mirage 2000. We'll get him on camera in just a sec. But first, I want to travel with Jack, with just Fox 3 right now, trying to defend himself out the aggression of Black Prep. We'll see if he managed to do so. And we ride with the camera on him. Of course, let me also show you. Okay, we have a 120. Let me show you on camera, because we have a 120 coming in hot to the good friends from the Mirage 2000 or the northern area. You can see that D-Crew is defending right now, or sending all the chaff in the world, being sure that that 120 doesn't connect. It's being pressured very, very hard by the NZA Batman right now, who we have on camera. Right now. Okay, he's being pressured right now, but of course, Pilatus is coming to be sure that they don't get any more pressure whatsoever in the area, being sure that puts Ragnar into defensive position. Let us ride with Pilatus Pilot, because he has to go defensive right now, as we can see on camera, because he's been shot by Ragnar. Of course, that's not all. Right now, Tigru and Winnie are still making Batman 15 lose some missiles. Right now, we also have a situation here between Lackrep and Shax. It seems that they have decided to send Soltar to the northern area to try to solve the situation over this area whatsoever. So far so good for them. So things are more or less stable. Okay, we are seeing that the Mirage 2000s on the northern area are very, very far away. But Pilatus Pilot had decided to get into the fight, facing Status 32 on the northern area. Let us ride with Status. He's just going to be trying to not get killed by the missile that is being coming his way, and he still doesn't know. He now is trying to start to defend. Now he knows, and he's going to start defending that missile. That one might connect though. That might connect. Oh freaking gosh, guys. Oh freaking gosh, that was a very close call though. Very, very close to call. Nice, well defended, mate. Okay, now we have a very tight situation here. We have missiles coming downrange. Okay, Jack is going to get killed. Might get killed. Okay, that's a casualty. We have one more casualty. Okay, guys, this is becoming very hectic, as I love to see. So let me try to do a bit of recap, okay? So now we have Batman, Status, and Ragnar on the northern area, trying to commit into Soltar and Pilatus Pilot, who are just on the center area. We still have the two Mirage 2000s hanging down there, not chilling, just chilling there. And of course, we have Madman and Lackrep on the southern area, just waiting for the time to come into the fight. So this is not looking good at all for good friends from New Zealand, and we'll get to see if they do manage to get on top of things and get back on track for today's fight, because this is going to be very hard for them to come back and get the victory on this round 2. Of course, Batman has managed to defend that missile, so he's going to around the missile. That's not a problem whatsoever entirely. And we can see there's nothing more being played right now in at this moment. Yes, Madman coming in to the Mirage 2000. The Mirage 2000 are coming in hot. I think they are deciding finally to get into the fight. I've been waiting for them to come into the fight for a long time. I can call Link Trap. Okay, perfect. That's good to know. So of course, we still have a long way to go. We have the Mirage 2000s starting to Fox 1 until on top of Batman. Let me get the camera on Batman and see if we can get him defending. So of course, the Mirage 2000s are going to defending that match. That miss is not going to go. Okay, wait. Situation here. Pilatus is trying to take down. Status is trying to kill down Pilatus. Let me see if I can get him on camera fast enough. Let me see if I can. Okay, just on the nick of time. A bit too late. But we have one more casualty for the end, for leading edge side. Oh freaking gosh! Many things going down range right now. This is what I love to see. So right now we have on camera Status trying to defend. Missile sent down range by Lacrep. And that one might connect too. Okay, that's... Oh! That did explode but did not connect though. You can see this is... Did not connect, sorry. Did not connect. More things going on. In the northern side, we still have the two Mirage 2000s have been wiped out. No, we have Tigru and Winnie getting out of the fight comfortably. Okay, we have a kill on camera right now. Oh freaking gosh, this is many things going down range right now. Impressive. This is impressive for sure. Okay, so let me try to do a bit of recap, shall we? What do we have right now flying? We have Ragnar with the 18, Batman with a 16, against Prep, Mayman, Soltar, sorry, Mayman here, sending out SD-10, Winnie, and Tigru. So this is going to be a very tight fight for the good friends from New Zealand and Australia. They are going to be defending very hard. They want to survive still in this fight, survive in this fight. So now we have on camera, but no, this is not Batman. Sorry, this is Ragnar, who is going to be defending an SD-10, which he doesn't know. Okay, we have a situation here. Let me watch that. It's going to be way more interesting. Here. So, okay, we have a... Oh, Batman coming with the clutch and takes the one of the mates or the good guys from leading edge down. Just being sure to be fighting hard, being sure he's not to be killed. Here you can see we have on the left camera, we have Batman trying to be going for the ground, defending the first one sent down range by Tigru right now. And of course that's not all. You got more casualty. Okay, Batman is trying to run the Mirage 2000, which he cannot do. The Mirage 2000 runs way too much, way too well. He's going for the damage. That's a fox through from Tigru into Batman and takes the kill. So the only remaining aircraft from NZA, sorry, is Ragnar, who is going to be having to put up a very good show if he wants to be sure to do a 1-on-4 seat fight here. So Ragnar, this is your time to shine for sure. So Ragnar sending a 120 towards Soltar, who is down in the ground, going for the defensive maneuvers that we can see. First one from Ragnar is trying to commit to that missile, but that's not going to be able. Ragnar going to be taken down, and that's the kill, guys. That's the kill. Oh freaking gosh. Wow. That's all I can say. Oh freaking wow. It's hard to be sure to track everything down with so many things going up there. Oh freaking wow. Freaking gosh. So we have 4 remaining pilots from the LD side, and amazingly we have the 2 Mirage still alive, Solta with his 16 and Maman with his 17. Oh wow, guys. What a hectic fight for sure. Impressive for sure. So let me do a bit of overview with what we have here remaining. So we have... No, this camera, this one. So we have on camera Maman, sorry, I think it's pronounced Maman, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Carrying still 2 heaters and the ACM pod that you know that this is available for the fight. Winnie also, who is coming in here, still with the 2 Fox 2s and just going for a little of a merge with the allies. I think they are waiting to be confirmed that they are still in the fight and there are still no one alive, because I think I haven't seen the message yet of the area being clear, and they're just looking to be sure that no one is there. But we have Tigru on the other side of the map. Let me get him on camera, who is going to join up with Soltar. Here we have that now joining Soltar. And guys, if Leading Edge manage to land this one, it's going to be the victory for Leading Edge for this fight between NZA, New Zealand and Australia, and Leading Edge LD. So guys, let me try to catch up with all the stream, because it's been a bit of a time since I was able to really get to watch the stream due to having too many things going on at once. Oh, freaking god. So once again, I think I'm missing DGDCS, welcome, Bob 2000, welcome once again, Mr. Hills, ho ho, welcome once again. Same for Alpaca Boys, DM797 and Warwolf 1 Taz. So guys, welcome, and I hope that you are enjoying the fight that we are having today. Of course, we did have another fight today, being hosted by Kebab, who has so gracefully sent away all the viewers for you to enjoy this second match of the day. So of course, this is a SATAC 2021 tournament. And as mentioned by Mori, SATAC is the original PvP tournament for DCS. All the other ones are the derivative ones, but nevertheless, this year they have outdone themselves, bringing a very good lineup of sponsors, having TabView, .atc, DCS, Headlure, Magnitude 3, Rathbam, and I think I'm missing someone, but you can check all the sponsors of the top area. And of course, both squadrons SPQR and DCW are helping to make this possible, bringing into the mix the servers for today's tournament that you are enjoying today. Right now we are using the USA server provided by ESPQR, and the fight being hosted by Kebab before was being hosted in the DCW servers in Spain. So thank you all guys for being sure that this all works. But of course, more important on top of that, or even more important, is that the guys from 51st and 100 Gap are making this tournament possible. This will not be possible at all without the team behind this tournament, who are the good friends from 51st. And also let me catch up with the names, because I'm very bad with names, as you all know guys. I'm very sorry. Rich76, who is right now on top of everything, making sure that the servers are up and running, and managing them for all the squadrons and streamers to be sure that not everything is working correctly. Breakshot, who is the leader behind 51st, and being sure that everything is working correctly. Technetium, who has come up with all the graphics that you are watching for all the tournaments. So all the transitions are being made by him, or he's being sure that all the information, all the statistics are up to date, so you all can enjoy them while we wait for the streams to keep on going. And of course, I know there are more guys behind the lines of the 51st who are on top of everything, but those are the guys I've been talking to, I know of. So please, if you are on chat, please say hi, so we get to know you guys, the guys behind making this all happen. You all deserve a good shout out, and you deserve being getting into the spotlight. Okay, I was just checking a few things on my side, and I'm going to ask if the teams are up for a interview after the fight. Of course, let me try while we get to wait for the good friends from Leading Edge to land back into the airfield in Lavan Island, who are just 30 miles out. Let me try to do a bit of recap what has been going on in this fight, okay? Oh, very nice formation we have on camera right now. So what's up, dudes? Just for you to know, there are 4 Fox 3 missiles maximum. ECM is available for the fight too. And that's basically it. Of course, there are a few more rule sets. As in, map is randomized before the fight, weather is randomized before the fight. Also, the ET missiles from the Su-27s are also limited, and therefore they cannot be really overpowered, because in this configuration here, where we have so many clouds, is very optimal for those kinds of missiles, and therefore they are limited, so they are not overpowered. Here, those two do shine, being fired upon even fight the clouds. But really, very good fight for a good friend from New Zealand and Australia, who are going now to have a breakfast, I assume as much. Being so freaking soon there, and being so late here in Europe. So guys, let me try to do a bit of recap of the fight. So we have our friends from New Zealand and Australia coming into 3 different groups here we saw initially. But Leading Edge decided to get the 2 Miras 2000s up high, sticking here, trying to bait the guys from New Zealand, who managed to bait one of the missiles, and they just try to outrun enemy all the missiles and trying to be sure that they are wasting the enemy Fox 3s that are very limited in this tournament. And afterwards, Leading Edge decided to come with the 4 guys into the battle here in this area, and here in this area it became a 4-ball. But it was manageable enough for Leading Edge, for what we could see, and they decided to push into the bullseye, try to support the 2 Miras 2000 that were trailing off here, and just waiting for the time to come into the fight that they did. Just almost in the last part of the fight, they did come into the fight finally, and that's beautiful to see. Of course, guys, let me get the cameras ready for the landing, as we are getting everything ready for declaring the victory for LD Leading Edge for this first fight, for tonight's fight between Leading Edge and New Zealand and Australia. And we watch the Miras 2000 going into the clouds. It's all been very hard to see anything at all, as you can see, guys. But Soltar is coming in, aligning with the runway. Let me show you, shall I? So Soltar right now is coming into a runway. He's approaching way too fast. I think he's just trying to get a hold of the runway, making sure that he's not overshooting and not getting killed. Let me show you something. So this is the viewpoint from Tigru right now to the airport. As you can see, it's very heavily covered by clouds, and it's not easy to land, as you can see there. It's not easy at all. And just DC, welcome my friend, and welcome once again, as we are watching the last members of LD Leading Edge landing on the airbase on Lavan Island after taking down a good friend from New Zealand and Australia. We see right now Soltar is coming downwind, getting ready to land on runway 29 of Lavan Island. Yes, and guys, we will be checking tag view afterwards. Do not worry, okay? We will be checking tag view afterwards. Nevertheless, so of course I'm changing in the camera so you all guys can see a bit of what's going on and such. But of course, afterwards we will be checking tag view regardless of the decision of for our interview or not. I think that Solta is going to be the first one to land, and we have him just coming downwind, approaching, getting to the final approach, and once he is wheels down and in control, we will be having the victory for our good friends from Leading Edge. Of course, my computer is struggling a bit with all the information. Too many things. That's beautiful to have. You see now Solta in final approach. And when his wheels down and in control, a bit of a rough landing. Wow. Of course, guys, we have weather. I've seen there is wind on the missions, and therefore it's a bit harder than usual to land compared to other tournaments. So you do need to land correctly and be sure you don't get yourself killed on landing if you want to win. So not so easy out of the tournament we've seen so far. So now we have Maman coming in hot, and of course we have a good friend Soltar being the first to land, and declaring the victory for Litinage with this round 2. And of course declaring the victory for them in this fight between New Zealand, Australia, and New Zealand, Australia, and Litinage. So guys, with this, let me go for a brief pause. We are going to go with I'm going to check with the guys if they are available to go for a brief interview or not. I'm going to check that out in just a moment. And if they are able, we go with the interview with them. And if not, we'll just go straight up with the Tapio analysis and check what's have gone on, what we have been missing during the fight. So guys, stay tuned. We'll be back in a few seconds. Oh, this is not working as intended. There, okay, perfect. So guys, now we are on. Now we have the interview with our good friends from Litinage, Lacrep. Please say hi to the viewers.
Hi guys.
On the right of on the camera, we have Status 32 right now. Please say hi.
Hey guys, how are you?
So first and foremost, congratulations for Litinage for this amazing fight, and a good friend from NZA. You really did a great fight.
Yeah, it was a tough one at first. First round, we didn't expect you to apply this strategy, so we were a bit surprised. But yeah, it was a good fight. I enjoyed this.
Yeah, that was good, man. We enjoyed it too. We're still relatively new, but you guys put up a pretty decent fight. We got excited on the first round though. Got close.
Yeah, it was really close. Yeah, there was some hearts pumping hard. So yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah, for sure. And congratulations too. I really appreciate it. It was pretty good fair play throughout the whole thing, so I really enjoyed it. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely it's been an amazing fight. Of course, there is one thing that I was really looking forward to have an interview with you guys to ask you from Lacrep. Why deploy two Mirage 2000s? I mean, I do understand you are French, is your airplane of choice. That I know, but tactically, is not so advantages. You don't have that many advantages because you are carrying with only two Fox 1s and two heaters, two Fox 2 against four Fox 3s and any quantity of Fox 2s. So you are in a tight spot with that decision, and it's a very interesting one. I would love to know why.
Well, the reason is pretty simple. In fact, we were fighting in TACT 21 last year, and we decided to all take the F-16. And it didn't work for us because some of our members, Tigru and Winnie, are mainly flying the Mirage, and the F-16 is not really their thing. So TACT didn't go really well for us. So we decided to take a step back, think about it, and just go for the fun. So it was all about play what you want to play what you want to play, fly what you want to fly, and we decided that it was there were no point in taking all F-16s if we didn't enjoy it. So we decided that we'd take 3 16s, 1 JF-17s, and 2 Mirages. And in the end, the upgrade made to the Mirage, so 2 pilots being pretty good at what they do, well, it worked. It worked out. So the first round was hard for them. They did not expect to be erased from the game this quickly, this quick. But in the second round, they communication was very good, and yeah, we pulled this one out. But the Mirage is the Mirage is really quick. It's nimble. It's so it only has 4 missiles, but it can perform. So
Yeah, of course, with latest updates by Rathman to the module, it has become a better and better and better
Yeah.
module. It's something I fly often when I do PvE in public servers, and I love because I enjoy just flying the Mirage. It's a very lovely machine to fly. But of course, I'm very interested also to know the other side of the story. For you, Status, having to fight 2 Mirages, which is not often to see, how do you face that? How do you respond to that, though?
Being a new team, obviously, we're still pretty fresh on trying to learn how everything works and operates. We are fortunate enough that our community is so grand and sharing, and it's just an all-around great group of guys and girls. That we do our own BFMs, BVRs, and stuff as well in-house. So we definitely have a pretty good knowledge base on the M2K, especially with a close-in situation. From a standoff point of view for BVR specifically, like we've just been through, we know that it's basically going to come across as a single target track from the Mirage, and keeping an eye on that MAR or the range to determine whether it's something worth worrying about with the track or the lockup, and basically just being a little bit more vigilant and push ourselves a little bit closer if it's so far away. As we found in round 2, they for myself, against myself, they were tracking from 30 odd miles out, something like that. And on the ingress, it gave me a little stutter and a jump, but then realizing it was an M2K, I sort of, it's not too much to stress about. I'll just keep on pushing forward. We'll keep on our formation and our tactic at play. So we do have a good understanding of how the Mirage works to a degree, especially trying to stay away from it once we get in close, because it can be a bit formidable. But yeah, that's how we sort of find it, if that answers the question.
It does for sure. Well, I have a question that has been more or less been answered already. From 88 Mori correctly, for leading edge, what's the plan to use the Mirages in the round 2 to rain NZA of missiles?
Well, it was one of the plans, but definitely not the plan. Actually, I have Winnie, the leader of the Mirage flight, if you want him to intervene.
If you want to join, yes, you can invite him to the chat. That would be lovely.
But it wasn't the plan. But yeah, but to try to flank.
Hello.
Hey, Winnie.
Hello, Winnie.
Hi.
I have a question for you.
Hi. Yes, sure.
One of the viewer was asking if the plan was to use the Mirages to try and drain NZA missile in the second round.
So to be honest, in the second phase, our tactics was not quite hard. We have in our first intention, yes, it was to let the enemy use their missiles. and then maybe if we could drag them on our fellows on the other side. But if we had an opportunity to shoot, we decided to took it, but we were not sure about this. We were definitely trying to use our speed to let our opponents to shoot some missiles, and it seems we evade some of them, so we were hurt sometimes with Tiger.
So yeah, as said, it wasn't the initial plan, but it's a plan which worked out. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was not the initial plan.
but it became one.
Yeah, it became one. We adapt. We adapt.
And that's where it shows the experience, because when I write the information I have from you guys, I know that you are one of the new teams. But it's composed for a very long experienced pilots, and that's something that shows here. You can improvise and adapt to the situations.
Yeah.
We try to.
Yeah, we fly a lot with each other, so we know what to expect from each other. We know how people react, and we know when they shoot. We know what they say to say specific things, because sometimes you are saying that you I don't know, that you are evading, but not more than that. But the other person will understand that you are evading like 90 left or 90 right without saying it. So we know each other's pretty well. So
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
there is a lot of different people, but
to be honest, we are flying together since 2 years now, correct? So yeah, I think we pretty know each other since the time now.
So competition is really is kind of new for us, but we know each other's.
Yeah, and that also helped. Of course, a good friend from Status has mentioned that they do train, or you and you guys do train lots and lots yourselves, also with Miyato Townsend, you mentioned before. But how do you prepare, being a newcomer to PvP environment and tournaments and such, to face a team you haven't faced before?
Is that for us or for NZA?
For Status, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, no, good guys. Basically, we take what we can view. Obviously, nothing is out there that we found against Leading Edge. We didn't seem to find any videos. Obviously, we probably didn't dig too hard on it, but obviously we took on looking through previous rounds from previous years, not specifically to the teams either, just to get an idea of what we needed to do. Start training. Once we're up in training, then we start to become more proficient in the scenario. Obviously, BVR PvP is something you must train to. It's very hard for a newcomer to come straight in and just expect to get anywhere with it. Obviously, it's just a missile on the nose and you're out of there, and you didn't even realize the missile was coming in the first place, as we all know. So it takes a lot of discipline. The guys that I fly with, obviously, they're very, very helpful. They do a lot of research. We got Vulcan there. He's quite a top man with BVR. He's done a lot of research on his own terms about how missiles track and react, especially from our ping situation, being so far south, especially on the Growling Sidewinder sort of stuff. It's a lot to take on board, but once you start getting the practice in and it becomes repetitive and you start going through the motions over and over again, then you start to find a nice little streamline that the team can work within and that you can utilize between the different aircraft. Then obviously you have your different aircraft that you must respect on their own bases. 14 Jeff, 16s, 18s, they all have their beneficiaries, and that they work in such their own manner. The 18s are low and have more fuel. 16s are probably better up high, long distance. 14 again, up high, long distance. The Jeff's right in the middle there. It's really coming down to the discipline at the end of it. Just keep training, keep trying, try and be consistent within the training. Obviously, TAC view at the end of it all is a massive help. It's I don't know how I could stress to anybody wanting to try and start out that you must watch your TAC views and adapt and learn. Be real stingy on yourself. Stingy, I mean, as in be harsh on yourself when you're watching TAC views. Yes, it could have been a good round for the team on your side that you've played with, but then look at the areas where you could have gone better. Be real tough on yourselves in certain times. Obviously, have fun too. I mean, you got to give each other a lot of grief just for fun. But it's real important just to go over those scenarios and what you've just done. Do it as soon as you can, so that you can learn from it as fast as possible, and continue on from there. But yeah, probably the same as every new team. We go in, we have fun, we try to learn as much as we can, record as much as we can, and just continue developing, getting better and better each time.
Yeah.
The key word here is, I think, well, to me, the key word is have fun. It's essential. If you do it just to win, I don't think you'll go really far. Well, that's the approach I take anyway. I'm not judging anyone, but that's the approach I take. No, if you don't have fun, you don't go too far. So
Yeah.
It remains
Yeah.
a game.
Yeah.
Of course, this is a game. Well, on top of all, this is a game, and you have to enjoy. Of course, it's lovely to see that. This is something that amazes me. Okay, all the pilots I've met for DCS all have the same broken mind, as in we all love the same things. DCS, Arma 3, Tarkov, and those kind of things, and that shows. It's basically because what shows me is that we all love the difficulty and the step wall of learning, and also the cooperation between the team members to make something happen. And that's something I love seeing this kind of tournaments. These shows, these fights show, as you well mentioned, that you are a team and you are facing an enemy together. And that's the most fun for me, seeing that happen and that evolving. And the results is secondary. Of course, as mentioned by Status, this is a matter of learning. And also, Crep, in your bio, what you sent my way, of course, you mentioned that TAC 21 for you was a learning step. That was all. And that shows to me that you both teams are aiming towards the long run, not the short one. And I know you both team will keep on going and becoming better and better and better and better. And we will be seeing both of you more often than not in all the tournaments that are happening.
Well, I'm really looking forward to fight against you guys again, because 2 rounds. First one was really close to be a loss for us, and well, second one, I know how it happens when you lose the first round. Sometimes on the second one you are a bit tore down mentally, but I'm really keen to fight you again, even on the friendly fight, because I think we are on the same level, you and us. So yeah, if you want to do a scrim one day, just tell me and we'll arrange something.
That's to us.
That's to you.
If you want to do a
yeah, for sure.
Scrim,
Yeah, for sure. I 100% agree. We definitely make friends wherever we can, and do more practice on the BVR stuff. It always helps, doesn't it? All the extra training. That first round we were kind of taken back that we got it so close. A couple of misfortunate events at the start. The guys sort of come down on themselves a little bit hard, but it's nerves and a couple of mishaps that we wouldn't normally do. Trying different things, and then the second round. We basically went for the same similar scenario as you could tell, but we tried to go for the wider pincer type scenario, which again, fortunately, at the start of the round, we lost a couple of good guys that just a simple mishaps which happen. It's the luck of the draw on the day, isn't it? It happens for everybody. You can have a really good day and you can have a bad day, whether you're at the top of the line or not. It's just the way that the dice rolls, isn't it? But yeah, would be always keen to keep in contact with you guys.
Sure.
Fight again. We definitely have similarities, and we definitely like to learn and are keen on sharing as well.
Well,
guys,
just
this
shoot me a DM and we'll arrange it.
and now our relationship has been formed. Congratulations! I declare you rights on you both.
Well, we're a particular breed, right? So we've got to stay friends with each other, right?
Of course.
Absolutely.
That's the best part of this show, and I love to see this thing happen in life. Really.
I mean, both teams are kind of new, are kind of learning. So it's interesting to learn together. You know, you always have something to learn, and when the gap is too tall, too big, when the gap with the other team is too big, it's really really hard to learn because you just get slammed and you don't really understand what's happening. So it's always easier to get better, to learn with a team that's closer to you. So, well, that's how I work anyway.
Yeah,
and that's the way to go. That's the way to go. There is no other way.
Yeah.
So, of course, guys, I don't want to take any more of your. Okay, wait. I have a massive prize set on chat. Is asking for your. He's on Aussie and he wants to play with you guys from Status. If you don't mind, you and any of you guys put the Discord on chat. That would be awesome for him.
That was rude, mate. That was rude. You just called him an Aussie. He's a Kiwi. It's a different scenario,
oh,
mate.
Sorry. My bad. My bad.
In-house joke. Anzacs. You guys heard of Anzacs, right? Australia, New Zealand Army Corps. Yeah, no, absolutely. So just look up DCS NZA. We have our own Facebook page where you'll be able to find out in the About section where we are for Discord. More than welcome to have you come along, mate, and come join us. We have our own. I think I've noticed Leading Edge does the same, where they have their own servers for PvP, PvE, and everybody gets on as whenever they can or similar times. Something I noticed recently.
Yeah.
And yeah, keen to have you along, mate. Come join us.
There you go, gents. Of course, guys, I don't want to take any more of your time, guys. Thank you for the fight. Thank you for joining me on this small interview for the guys to get to know you better and seeing this beautiful, beautiful relationship being formed live on the stream.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
Oh, good.
Thank you, guys, for joining us. Have fun and
congratulations, the crepe.
Yes.
Good fight for you.
And once again, have a good breakfast for good friends from Australia and New Zealand, and have a good dinner for the good friends from France.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
See ya.
Cheers.
See ya. Well, guys, for the guys on the stream, we will be doing a brief pause and we will be checking the tag views as we speak. Okay, guys? So, see you in just a few seconds. I'll be getting them sorted out as we speak. There we go. And Spotify is not sounding though? Let me check. Okay, yeah, I was not hearing this Spotify myself. Okay, so now we have round 1. This fight between NZA and Leading Edge. So this is, we are going to do a brief overview. I think we did watch everything more or less correctly during the fight. Of course, we'll get to see a bit what has been going on. Of course, it was the first casualty that we saw, the first missile from Lakrep, sorry, as I mentioned before. That's the correct pronunciation from him, sorry guys. 30 miles out, Fox 3. And Ragnar trying to keep on making his Fox 1, trying to make him it still track into Lakrep, sorry, gets killed trying to defend. Of course, those Fox 1s for long ranges are a no-no. They are very outperformed by Fox 1s. Sorry, Fox 1s are very highly outperformed by Fox 3s. You cannot send that this missile if it's a Fox 1 for sure. You cannot at all, okay? So that's why Status here almost gets killed, but nevertheless survives. And we have also one more casualty here. Oh wait, I think this one we missed. So Pilatus Pilot, the survivor of this round 1, also with a 30 miles out Fox 3, did manage to take down Wipeout just at the start of the fight. This is a huge hit. When you get 2 pilots down on the start of the fight, it's not easy to come back. I do recall having 2 guys that we can see here. Batman, Status, Vulcan and Shax facing the 6 guys from Leading Edge. And that's a very, very hard fight to come back from. And this has shown that the good guys from, or good friends from New Zealand and Australia have a very, very good and long way ahead. You can see that Vulcan here managed to take down Higuru, taking down one of the Mirage 2000s of the fight. And of course, you can see here that the I wanted to do this. That Status here is putting, and Batman here is putting pressure into Crep and Soltar, and this area has become a 2-on-2, and here it has become a 3-on-2. So here they did manage to divide the entire fight into 2 different fronts. That's what we tried to capture, but you can see it's very hard to get on top of everything. Also, when they are so separated, we were not able to cut everything on stream. Wait one. Let me send the tags for the teams. They are asking for them. Well, there you go. There. Okay, so this was the next kill by Soltar into Status here. Status tried to defend, but of course, trying to recommit. Just for you to know, guys, just a reminder. Radar warning is not as doesn't show everywhere, okay? So Status here, because the missile is more on top of him than is on the side, okay? This line is where it sees radar warning sees. So on top of here, this Status doesn't see this missile, so that's why he's trying to recommit, and he is not being warned by the missile, and that's why he gets taken down in the fight. And of course, that makes this situation a 2-on-1. Batman here sees that he's free and decides, okay, let me push into this area and try to forget about these 2 for a sec and try to help my friends Shax and Vulcan over here, because this area I've lost it all. And that's where we saw that Lakrep and Soltar were very far away of the fight. And this is a very good call from NZA really, deciding, okay, these 2 guys are no factor. We can come and get in this situation under control if possible. But of course, you can see here this very, very tight one. You can see Shax here. Okay, that's Winnie, who was killed by Vulcan. Shax tried to kill him too. But now we have a 2-on-2 situation here. Okay, this kill was missed before. Yeah, we did this kill. Yeah, we almost missed this one. So we had here Winnie, Maman, and Pilatus Pilot pushing into Vulcan and Shax here. And of course, Maman putting an SD-10s into good use. But Winnie, having a Fox 1 missiles, is pushing hard into Vulcan. But of course, because that missile did not track, Vulcan managed to turn back on, send a Fox 3 missile downhit range. And even if Winnie tries to put a Fox 2 into Vulcan, he gets killed in the process. And now this has become You can see a 2-on-2 situation over this area. And now we are going to see Batman coming to face Maman and Pilatus, making this a 3-on-2 situation, while we have Rep and Soltar way out of the fight. And this is definitely the play by Batman, who has helped make this round 1 very level and almost won by NZA, as we saw. Of course, more missiles coming down range. Vulcan managed to defend 1, managed to defend 2. You can see Batman now putting pressure into Maman, who is defending missiles down to the deck. But we have a double kill here. So Pilatus managed to take down Batman. Of course, we can see that even if Batman got killed, he has managed to put Pilatus out of this fight, making Shax being capable of pressing into Maman and taking the kill. And this is the kind of plays that really makes a fight win. Of course, we can see that Vulcan here was a bit too far away from the fight, and thus he could not support Shax over here. But nevertheless, he did so like Rep here and gets into the fight and managed to take the kill with a Fox 2. And of course, we've missed here Shax being killed by Pilatus, the survivor of this round 1, with a Fox 2 missile. And thus we have a 1-on-2 situation. Vulcan facing Soltar here with a Fox 2. Soltar doesn't see it. As you recall, guys, they are Angels 8, and that's around the height where the cloud coverage is bonkers. You cannot see anything at all with the cloud cover we had. So this is a very nice play, sending a Fox 2 at this high where the Soltar cannot see it and therefore he cannot defend the Fox 2 missile. Definitely a very well played there. But of course, Soltar did manage to kill Vulcan from the grave, coming from the grave and take the kill, and thus Pilatus Pilot was the sole survivor of this round 1. Let us go with round 2, shall we, guys? So, round 2, wait, 1, here, okay. Now we are on it. Let me fast forward. Okay, this is an interesting play where we saw the 2 Mirage from the leading edge trying to go north, but luckily only Status did take the bait, and therefore the fight over the southern area was not too unfavorable leading edge here. You can see that of course Status is using the Fox 3s on the Mirage groups, and that's a 32 miles out shot. His Angels 40 Mach 0.9, which is a bit too he needs to be Mach 1.2, 0.3 or even 0.4 to make this missile happen. But of course these guys do turn out cold, and this missile is not a factor at all. Loses the track. But of course this, let me watch this part for a sec, because we are seeing now Batman coming into the fight and putting pressure to the Mirage 2000s, and thus making them out of the fight. But now they made Batman and Status waste 2 of their 4 Fox 3 missiles on nothing at all. Just two aircraft flying together, doing nothing at all, which is a marvelous advantage to start a fight. So let me rewind a bit and see what we are missing, because I do recall Wipeout here trying to go to defensive. Of course, he's 1.5 Mach and sadly cannot come back from the dive, and therefore gets killed and goes for the sea with the fish just to swim a bit more. It's not summer right now, mate. Oh no, sorry. Oh yeah, New Zealand and Australia is summer. Therefore, I think he was just looking for a refreshment in their hot weather. Of course, that means that now we have a 2-on-1 situation over here, and Shax being alone here cannot do much. But of course, leading edge, he decided to separate and have Maman and Pilatus put pressure in the middle area from an NZA. And of course, this missile, oh, this is a very nice shot from Maman. That's a 42 miles out Fox 3. Vulcan did try to defend, but of course he got alerted way too late, and even he was a very good speed to defend. He was too high and too late to defend that missile. But of course, almost managed to take down Pilatus Pilot from the grave. And now, as mentioned, we have here we have a one-on-one situation. But oh no, sorry, this is a mistake. The one with an airplane. So now we have a Shax against La Crep here. Fox 3 way too far, and now Shax has to decide to go against Crep here because he has a better position. Sends 2 Fox 3s into the 2 targets. Sadly, is way too far away, and the SC-10 from Maman comes from the rescue and takes Crep back into the fight. Of course, up to this point, we still have the 2 Mirage 2000s way off of the fight. Okay, that's no. How can you make you not petar? There you go. So that was freaking hell. There you go. So there was a bit of spam over there on the chat for some bot or something else. So of course, do not link those links, please, guys. I did remove the link. Okay, perfect. Just to be sure nothing happens with you guys. Okay. So let us continue here and watch, because we mentioned Maman here comes with a clutch, saves like Crep, and then we come into the northern area once again. You have Soltar putting to good use those 120s, defending 2 missiles at once. That was a good maneuver there to defend those that good notch. But we saw here that this is the moment where Tigru and Winnie decide to come into the fight and put pressure into this 16. And of course, Status here is facing Pilatus Pilot here. Very close one missile and takes the kill. And Status now is trying to defend missiles left and right, which managed to defend this close one. Nice defense there, mate. But Crep comes in hot, Fox 2, and takes the kill. And now we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. No, sorry, 5 guys on 2. Therefore, this fight was already won by Leading Edge at this stage, because both Batman and Ragnar there were very far away, could not help themselves between themselves. Therefore, Batman here tries to get into a close, very close fight. I do recall Soltar coming in here. Okay, Batman here takes the kill, but Soltar was very close by, misses the opportunity. Batman defending the Fox 1s, and Tigru takes the kill with the Fox 2s. And of course, we have the sole survivor, Ragnar here, who is just coming back into the fight. Fox 1, but of course, Fox 1 without any kind of radar guidance, doesn't track anywhere else. And guys, this is the end of round 2 between this fight of NZA, New Zealand and Australia, and LD, Leading Edge. You guys, thank you once again for joining us. I hope that you have enjoyed today's fight, and be sure to check tomorrow's fight, because there will be 2 more streams tomorrow for you to watch. And let me double check who are going to be fighting tomorrow. I will be covering tomorrow. Let me put that screen, it's going to be easier. So tomorrow, on Sunday, we have 2 fights. We have at 18 Zulu, we have VTAF against OTP, which will be covered by myself. And we have IIAF against SPQR, covered by Brackshot at 19 Zulu. So be sure, guys, to hop into tomorrow's fight and enjoy the fight, the upcoming fights that we are going to watch. So guys, that's all for today. And once again, thank you for all the sponsors and all the guys from 51st behind making this happen, and all the streamers for helping out making this happen. And guys, see you tomorrow. Have fun, and thank you for joining us.